So yeah, family man, we just gonna run this over one more time. If it start freezing up and messing up, man, we just gonna, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna have to do it another time, man. I don't be understanding this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as I go live, it's always something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to change my live streaming service that these people that I'm going through, because they be having too many problems on here. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me just go ahead and I'm gonna just run everything from the beginning. We're gonna get into it and take off. Maybe some people weren't here. So I want to first say shalom, greetings. Welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, one of the #1 platforms where what? That's right, where you don't get no paid media. Now, of course, you guys see the title. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about the young Dolph trial and all the corruption that's surrounding that case down in Memphis. Okay, with the police, the DA, all these people, right? And just we finna bust it wide open tonight. You know what I'm saying? As I was saying before, you know what I mean? Let me get back over here, right? And let me get this shared. Or hold on, let me see. Let me see. What I got going on here? Let's see here. Let me get this pulled back up for you guys. Some of you guys may have not let me see. Man, these people know they something else, man. They are something else. Hey, make sure when you guys come in, y'all check in, you know what I'm saying, in the chat. Let me know if I'm freezing up, anything like that. If we still good, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the deal may be on that. But let me see. Oh, let me go back over here to this. I was talking about the let's go share. Okay, let's get that shared. And basically, what I was talking about is do this. Okay, is this petition right here that Mia J has out for young Dolph. If you guys had not signed that petition, go over there and sign that. It's pretty much just gonna pretty much speaking about the situation concerning Dolph like that. If you guys want to donate, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, support that. But it's like 7,000 some people on there. So make sure you guys go over there and sign that petition if y'all haven't signed that. Okay. Let's get this added. But anyway, let's get back over here to your boy Steve, right? Let's get on back over here to Steve, because this is where we was at when they took us out. Okay. And once again, all the disclaimers, all that stuff is down in the description box. You know what I'm saying? When y'all come in, like I said, make sure y'all show the chat some love. Now, let's let this snake speak, and we gonna break this guy down.
I know you have a following and you have a way of communicating with the community, and I'd love any help along those lines because we need change and we need reform in this county. We need to get rid of Amy Wyrick. Thanks. Hey, Mia, this is Steve Mulroy.
So this right here was Steve Mulroy, right? And as he was running, he's coming to me at Jay to try to get some support, right? This is how these snakes is, right? When they trying to get in office and try to get stuff done, they want to use certain situations in order to fuel their voter outcome so people come out and support them. So what Mia J had to say, and this is what got everything this firestorm going, she said, did you really stand for these words or just needed an endorsement and votes during the 2022 election? This is exactly why I didn't endorse any Memphis politicians out of reluctance that my voice and circumstances would be used as a pawn rather than being heard for true change. Congratulations on winning, but change hasn't taken place. People are still being let out on bond. So remind the community what your office is doing to bring forth that change. And once again, if this guy cares so much about the people and these people being let out, then why did he let Hernandez Govian out? You know what I'm saying? He understands that this guy is a criminal, and we're gonna get to his own words here in a minute. He already said that they have enough evidence to prove that Hernandez Govian solicited the murder, paid the money, did all this stuff, but yet they still let him back out on the streets. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to break all this stuff down, but these politicians just be lying and they're corrupt, man, just to get the support so they can get in office and get their palms greased. You see what I'm saying? That's what this thing is all about. So she didn't let up, right? So this was the let me see. That was that one, but then she did this, and let's
Old Adolph Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph.
why did that hold on. Why did that do that? Let me just back it up. All right, so right.
Old Adolph Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph. And to this day, no one has been sentenced in his death, even though one of the suspects has already pled guilty. It's been almost 1 year since Jamarcus Johnson pleaded guilty to 3 counts of accessory after the fact. Prosecutors say Johnson was not involved in the shooting or the planning, but did assist his half-brother, Justin Johnson, escape after the shooting. At the time, the judge said the charges would bring a sentence of 6 to 12 years. And according to court records, Johnson bonded out the same.
So I'm pretty sure that you guys have gone through this, but I just want to point out some things here, right? So she like, why are these things happening? Judge being recused, new judge not showing up for court, the leniency given to known criminals, constant continuations, and all other unexplainable occurrences taking place. You know what I'm saying? And she says, if you've been following this case, you can see how many peculiar things happening that just don't make any sense. And we, the people who care for Dolph, need to know. Okay. What can be done to ensure that no funny business or corruption is going on? How we, the public, can support prosecution in their case to bring forth justice, and when can we expect justice to be served? My thing is this right here. If they just released all the evidence and all this stuff to the people, like right now, the case would be solved. You see what I'm saying? They sitting up here playing games. Now, let me break down to you guys why they're playing these games. Okay. Let me break this stuff down to you, right? Now, you guys remember this. Okay. You guys remember this right here, right? Let's get this pulled up. Y'all remember when Dolph got killed, right? The police put this out on their Facebook page, right? Okay. And it was November the 18th. So the very next day when Young Dolph passed, they put this out. Okay. The next day, 3:07 p.m. is when they put this out, right? Now, the first thing that we have to do, family, and as I was telling you guys about straight drop not being this particular shooter right here that they're trying to make it seem like it's him right here. And let's just break this down. So they put this out. The first thing that you see on here, family, right? I'm let me just go to this real quick. You can see up here in front of the white beans that mark, right? So that tells you that this this photo has been altered. Okay. They've run it through Photoshop and they have been removing things and adding things into this picture right here. Okay. And this is on a now this is what I want you guys to understand this. These photos that we're looking at is on the police page, right? The police page. Now, let me pull this up real quick. Mm. Okay, so you guys remember I did the breakdown on this, right? Let me blow this up for you. Remember I did the breakdown for you on this. So when you actually zoom in to this photo, right? What you would notice is they have photoshopped this photo right here. Okay, photoshopped it. They've cut what appears to look like straight drop face, okay, with this hoodie. And you could see where I got the arrows at. So if you just download this photo and actually look, you can see where this arrow up top is at, that's pointing straight down. That right there is the original hoodie of the person that's actually shot young Dolph. This part right here has been added. Where these two arrows are at right here that's pointed. I'm just showing you the backside of the photo that they added, and you can see how this arrow that's to the back right here is the actual back of the actual person that's there shooting. Okay, so they have cut out and placed Justin Johnson's face over, okay, over this whoever's standing here at this window shooting. So the thing that we got to understand, family. Let me. The thing that we got to understand, family, is this right here. If and let me get this blue up too. This is another angle you guys can look at it at, and just see that part right there that I have circled right there is the part that's been added. Okay, over this person right here. Also, okay, when you zoom in and you look, family, you can clearly see that this is a handgun right here. You see where that red mark is at right there? You see how you can look through the top of the gun of what they want us to believe is a Drake? It's an actual handgun right there. So the person that's actually standing right there shooting young Dolph does not have this is not no Drake. And you can look at the clip. That's how that clip is coming out of there. They have drawn that and added that. You see how when you zoom in, a hand right here is not even connected to like the end of the barrel. They just, you know what I'm saying? Like they just added this shit. And this is over. Like I said, if you look at this top arrow over here at the top of the gun, look where his hand is at, where the white glove is at, and you can see that the top of what is supposed to be the Drake, you can see almost the concrete where they pretty much drew that over that handgun right there. Okay. So the person that's actually standing right there, that's actually shooting young Dolph, is shooting with a handgun. This guy right here has a handgun, not a Drake. Okay. They have added this. Okay. And when you zoom out, you can't tell when you look at it like that. It just looks like, oh, he's there with a Drake. But when you zoom in, you can see how they have added that Drake on top of that handgun. That person right there has a handgun. Okay. And you can clearly see that through the what they have drew right here to make you believe that this is a Drake. Okay. See, these are the things ones have to grasp, right? This is what's going on in this young Dolph case. So uh oh, and let me let's go here. Also, this right here also bears it out because look at that wall right there. See, that right there are 9mm bullet holes in that wall. Those are not Drake. When you look right here, okay, when you look right here, that's Draco right there. That's Drake right there. See, See, that's OVO right there. When you see that right there, that's OVO right there. Coming through that window right there. Okay. So what you guys got to understand is that guy that's standing there in the front, who they want you to believe is holding a Drake, is actually holding a handgun. Okay, a handgun, and they have and let me see here. Let me do it like this. Uh, okay, let's do this. So when you go back to this original page right here, and you just look at this without the markers that I put on there for you, you guys can clearly see that on how they have covered this boy up. Whoever this is right here that's actually shooting, they have placed what it looks to be like a straight drop face over the person that's actually standing right there shooting young Dolph. And if, like I said, you look at the hand right there, you can see that that's a handgun under the Drake that they have drawn. Okay. Now, why is this important to understand? Because when we get back over here, this is where these photos are coming from. They're coming from off of the police Facebook page. It's coming off their page, right? Now, what's the significance of this, right? What's the significance of this? The significance of these photos that they placed on their Facebook page, right? That's been altered, okay? Is that it helps us to understand that homicide is in on this shit. Because what y'all got to remember is that when murders and shit happen, things of that nature, there's levels of clearance. Can't know anybody just obtain this shit. You know what I'm saying? A regular squad car driver, a person that's pulling up, don't have access to this shit. So the people that have access to this shit are top ranking members. Okay? Grasp. We're talking homicide. The captains, people of that nature, CJ Davis, people like that, they have access to that shit. So if homicide, now just pay attention to detail, right? It says on there homicide, right? Okay, homicide. So homicide put this shit up, meaning that the same people that's investigating the death of young Dolph are the same damn people that's involved in the cover up. You see what I'm saying? Are y'all following me? Okay, are y'all grasping? They put that shit out. So now think about this, family. Think about this, right? They can say, "Oh, well, we wanted," but why would you? But think about this. They can say, "Well, we were just doing that to hide the identity of the people that was, so we can catch the people." But what y'all got to realize, this is the next day after. It's the next day after they put this shit out. So why would they be hiding the real people that's standing there and put Justin Johnson's face on front on the face of that shooter right there when they know that's not him standing right there? Now, I'm not saying that Straight Drop is not on the scene because he's there. Remember, the woman said, "Let me get this shit," and I gotta pull it up, man. We ain't fucking around tonight, man. Cause this shit is getting out of hand, man, with these people, man. It is, man. I just can't believe how corrupt these people is, man. Listen, man, it's the same shit they did to Martin Luther King, man. They killed Martin Luther King down there and they covered that shit up. You see what I'm saying? They did the same thing. And you guys got to remember that all of this stuff comes from poverty. See, whenever you have a lot of poverty, you know what I'm saying? People will do corrupt shit in order to get paid. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you guys remember, okay, I did this video right here. Okay, remember I did this video right here, right? Breaking all this stuff down, right? If y'all haven't saw this video, go watch the video. But now let's listen to what this lady said right here. Like this, my whole life, they want us to the door. They man was dead, yeah. I ain't never seen no shit like it. I'm talking about my first time out my ever life, my whole life, ever seen some shit like this. My whole life. They want us to leave the scene and shit because they blocking us off and shit. No, let me not her. Her right here. Now listen to this lady right here that's getting ready to come in.
Yeah, they just shot.
Right here.
It was just pull up and just let out over 50 shots. I'm talking about busted. I'm talking about I'm standing. We want to go down there, baby. We at the shells. And me and my baby getting out the car. And I'm talking about before I even got to the door of shells, open up the door. I'm talking about all you hear is gunshots. So I'm looking. I'm grabbing my baby to see where they coming from. It's the cookie shop next door to the wash. They busting it. I'm talking about busting. Number shots. 2 cars full of pull up all black. One car was a white Pluto jump. I ain't see the other, but I see one in it.
Stop right there. So, family, did y'all hear? I believe a woman, she told you what it was. It was 2 cars full of niggas that jumped out in all black. And when you go back and you look at that photo, what the hell is they in? See, this is what you got to understand. When you look at that photo, listen, family, when you look at this photo right here, right? What you see, all black. You know what I'm saying? When you see the guy that's running that they saying is Cornelius, okay? Let's zoom this bad boy in. Let's zoom this bad boy in. This guy right here, what do you see? Black. You see what I'm saying? So when that woman said that they was in all black, that's what it was. And when you look at the face of what they showing as straight drop, he was in all black. It's in black. You know what I'm saying? So what you guys got to understand is that woman told you what it was. It was 2 cars full of niggas that pull up, like she said, was busted. She said it was a white one. It was a 2-door joint. And that's why I'm telling you, it looked like they probably either removed that car out of this photo, but it was 2 cars full of people. And it makes sense. They not, listen, family, they wasn't coming like that. Listen, they had attempted many times to take young Dolph out. They wasn't just finna come out there playing. You see what I'm saying? So when that woman said that it was 2 cars full, that's what it was. Them damn people ain't lying. You see what I'm saying? They telling you what it was. She said she was at the shell. She was at the shell, and she looked over there to see. She's not finna lie. For what? What reason is it for her to lie? She ain't know that was Dolph at the time. You know what I'm saying? She just recording like, damn, they in here, you know what I'm saying? Busting, woo, woo, woo. So, family, that's the first line. This is the first thing that people got to grasp. The homicide detectives altered this shit. So now let's just think about this. If the homicide altered the photos, we know they altered it because they're the only ones that got access to this shit, right? They're the only ones that's watching these videos. The homicide video, homicide. So that means homicide or higher level of people did this right here, and they did it fast. You see what I'm saying? Because they got that footage, and over the night, okay, because remember, Jeremy Pierre now was and the Joy of the City was the ones that released the first those photos and stuff. And then this came later on. So they were still altering the photos. You know what I'm saying? This is why when you look at this right here, let's get on over here. This is why when you look at this photo right here, you see that eraser mark on the pavement because why? They were trying to edit this shit so fast, and you can see the eraser mark. They removing shit up out of there. So the thing we got to ask ourselves is why would homicide be altering the photos of young Dolph murder scene and then taking straight drop face and placing it over the face of this person right here that's shooting? Because think about that. If it's straight drop, it's no need to paste his face over the body if that's actually him right there. Straight drop is a fucking fall guy. He's on the scene. I'm not saying he's not on the scene. He's on that scene. But that ain't him right there because why hide his face if that's him? That's somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Because why would you do that? Why would you paste his face over the face of somebody else? And then the person that's standing right there has a handgun. You gonna paint a Drake right there. This is homicide doing this shit. It's on their Facebook page. So why so family, so y'all got to understand this shit. This is how deep this shit is. This is not just some murder shit. It's people involved in this shit, and MPD is part of this shit. because they the ones put this shit out. It's a person standing there with a handgun. This is evidence tampering. This is why, family, Straight Drop know this shit. This is why he said he wanted the case moved to a different county. They don't want to move this shit because if they move this shit to another county, all they ass is going to jail for tampering with this evidence. You see that shit clear as day. That's tampering. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that shit with a murder case going on. And then y'all releasing this shit and y'all giving people fake information, man. Fake information. And this is why Straight Drop kept telling y'all, oh, I might be home before y'all blink. I might be this and that because, in my opinion, he's always been the fall guy from the beginning. You'll beat the case, you'll get all this publicity, all this clout from this, and this is how you take off. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not him right there. So who the fuck is that standing right there? You know what I'm saying? If they're telling us that him and Cornelius are the only two shooters, who the fuck is that? That they got pasted over that's still with a handgun. Come on, man. Like, we got to make this shit make sense. Hell no, they not ready to go to trial. They can't prove that shit. Listen, family, if I see this shit, you don't think his lawyers see that shit? You don't think Straight Drop lawyers see this shit? They see that shit. They done saw that tape and they know the people like family. The people that saw that video know that this shit has been altered. So what the hell is the police doing? Like, what are y'all doing? This shit is madness. Okay. The next thing is this. This is the next thing, right, family? Check this out. Check this out right here. Check this out right here. Let me see. Is that it right there? No. All right, let's do this right here, right? Damn, I thought I had that shit pulled up. All right, let's get this tab shared, right? It's something else that I just found on here, family. This shit finna, this shit, man. Hey, listen, family, this shit is so crazy, man. It's unbelievable, man. How the hell do I do this, man? Damn. Man, I'm tweaking. What the? Hold on. Let me see. Damn, was it? Hold on. Y'all gotta see this shit. Hold on, man. This shit finna blow y'all mind, man. I thought I had. Hold on. Come on, man. What the fuck? Let me see. Can I? Oh, let's try this. Let's go. Boom. Let me see. All right, this is just gonna work. Look, family, check this out right here. Check this out right here. So they telling us, right, that this right here is Cornelius Smith right here, right? Okay. This is what they trying to tell us, right? They're saying that this is Cornelius Smith right here. Okay. They saying that this is Cornelius Smith. Oh, you know what? Man, y'all bear with me, man. This shit, hold on. All right, let's do it like this. So they saying They're trying to tell us right here, family, that this is Cornelia Smith, right? Now, what y'all got to understand is, right, is that family, look, so at the time of at the time of Dolph demise, right? This is the guy right here. Now we know he done picked up weight and stuff, right? But this is Corn right here, right? Y'all see how little Corn he is? They want us to believe that this is this guy right here. Ain't no way. Ain't no way that's him right there. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want you guys to understand is that this photo is also edited. Okay. It's also been edited, right? Now, I want to show you guys some. I want to show you guys some. Okay. This is also edited. If you look, right, family, check this out. You see how you got the window and stuff right here? That window goes all the way down. You can see that all the way to right here. Okay. So where the hell is the face at? Where the rest of the face at? You see what I'm saying? How the hell can you have a hat and all that, family? So my thing is that they're tampering. They're tampering. You see what I'm saying? They're tampering with this shit. Because when you blow this shit up, you can clearly see that glass right there. You see how you see the camo going all the way up right here? How is that shit going through his face like that, man? You see what I'm saying? So they have altered these photos, okay? And this is the first thing that one's got to understand, and understanding why they pushing this shit back is because the police is in on this shit. Homicide. The same people that's investigating this shit is the same people that's altering this shit because they're the ones that got access to this shit. They're the ones that put this shit out. So this is how deadly this shit is at the top. Okay. So whatever deals and shit that they don't work, the people that put the bag on Dolph and did all that, MPD is involved in this shit because it's no need to do that if they're not involved in what's going on. Just put this shit out to the people and then just, you know what I'm saying, take this shit to trial and get the conviction. But the fact that they're going back and they're tampering with evidence shows you that their ass is involved. Okay. Now, the next thing that we got to go to is while we're talking about Cornelia Smith, right? Okay. While we're talking about Cornelia Smith, we got to understand the chain of events. He was the first one to get caught on this case. Okay. He's the first one to get caught on this case. Why is that important to understand? Because he was already in jail before they got straight dropped. Now, listen to what they're saying, how they caught this dude. Okay. This is how they caught him. Let's get that shared. Boom. So here. Now listen to this, fam. Listen to this.
On top of that, Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith are charged with first-degree murder and a list of other crimes. U.S. Marshals teamed up with Memphis Police and the District Attorney's Office for an update
on that then. So remember, here, family, stop right there. Now listen to this, fam. Listen to this.
On top of that, Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith are charged with first-degree murder and a list of other crimes. U.S. Marshals teamed up with Memphis Police and the District Attorney's Office for an update today.
Yeah, we brought you that news conference live this afternoon. Authorities shared details of their investigation and what led them to Justin Johnson.
Now listen to this. Listen.
How Cornelia Smith had been in custody tied to the carjacking of a white Mercedes.
And it is that same Mercedes officers say was used as the getaway car.
Listen.
We now know that car was stolen from a woman at a gas station in East Memphis.
Yeah, police say they discovered Smith's fingerprints on the car.
Stop right. Okay. So the first person to get busted on this case is Cornelius Smith. And they say that they got him on December 9th because his fingerprints was in that Benz. Why is this important to understand? Because originally they arrested him for the theft, the carjacking or whatever. His fingerprints was in the car. Now, because his fingerprints is in the car, it does not mean that he's actually on the young Dolph scene because that Benz is tied to another murder in Covington. You know what I'm saying? So just because the fingerprints is in the car doesn't mean that he's actually on the scene at any of these crime scenes. He could have just been part of the carjacking, or he could have gotten the car after the car was stolen. There's no you know what I'm saying? So his fingerprints was in the car. This is how he got arrested. And even though he was in jail on December 9th for the carjacking and all this other shit, they didn't announce him to about a month later when they got straight dropped and saying that, oh, these were the two people that's responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? And to even prove even more how we know that Memphis police is on some bullshit is because check this out right here. Check this out right here. Check this out right here. Let me see, is it this one? Okay. So listen to this, family. Listen to this. Get this added.
And a cell phone. Cell phone's of particular importance because it was Justin Johnson's cell phone that he had during the murder and that he had used for some time before. This, Mr. Johnson agreed to take possession of the car and he agreed to take possession of the cell phone. His taking possession of the cell phone and the car aided in Mr. Justin Johnson's continued evasion from authorities and his continued cover-up of the conspiracy. This Mr. Johnson also used the telephone. He used the telephone by his brother Justin would call the telephone and he'd place the telephone up to another telephone and they would in essence trick Justin Johnson's federal probation officer into believing that Justin Johnson still had his cell phone and was still in Memphis, Tennessee, when in fact he had fled after murdering Adolph Thornton and was not in our community. He also did the same thing where he placed Justin Johnson's cell phone up to another cell phone and he facilitated a conversation. Again, this is over a week after the homicide, between his brother Justin Johnson and the other shooter of Adolph Thornton, Cornelius Smith. Mr. Johnson preserved the telephone and turned it over to authorities. He spoke with the safe and he's described the content of that.
So let's stop that real quick. So family, prior to them picking up Jamarcus Johnson with this phone, right? They did not have that conversation of money being transferred back and forth to remember, because when he pled guilty, it says that he observed that he was the one that he was the monkey in the middle, basically. He was the one that was doing all of the shit, you know, send a message here, do this and do that. So prior to this, because he turned the phone over to them when he got caught, this is almost 10, 11 months later. So prior to that time period, they did not have that phone and they did not have that evidence. So, because if y'all remember, Grass, when they got Hernandez Govan and they got Jamarcus Johnson, this is when they hit Straight Drop and Cornelius Smith with conspiracy. See, but prior to that, it was just murder. When they got them two, it was conspiracy after that. They came and updated the charges to conspiracy. You see what I'm saying? So before they got that phone, they ain't got shit. So y'all saying that this dude, so what evidence do they have? Because listen, this is like almost 10 months later, 10, 11 months later, okay? Which we're going to talk about here in a minute, but just Grass. Y'all saying that Corr was with Straight Drop doing all was on his murder scene, but y'all don't have shit. Y'all got a fingerprint in the car, and that's it. And they didn't charge him with murder originally, they charged him with theft of that car. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, once again, what the hell do they really have on them? You know what I'm saying? I mean, on Corn in regards to being on that scene prior to them getting that phone. You know what I'm saying? So this tells you that the MPD is on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? With this case. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about this guy, Jamarcus Johnson, right? Because this dude right here is a very critical piece to this whole puzzle, right? Because in my opinion, right, this is what they did. When they locked up Straight Drop, remember he got caught with that phone. If I had to bet any money, he was calling because see what these criminals fail to realize is when you locked up and you getting them phones, listen, man, they tracking that shit. I believe they set that boy up, they gave him that phone, and he was calling out to his people, or he might have been hitting their ass directly. Ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? But either way, what they did is they tracked those phone calls from it. Say if he was calling somebody, was like, hey, call third party here, call third party there. You know what I'm saying? Then this is how they track the shit down. You see what I'm saying? Because listen, let me show you guys something. Okay, let's get that pull. Boom. Now, you guys remember this? Hernandez Govan, young Dolph murder suspect hires high profile Atlanta defense attorney. Okay. So listen to what Manny Aurora had to say. Aurora, listen what he says, right? It says, Aurora said, while they are still in the discovery phase of the trial, it is abundantly clear Govan had nothing to do with the shooting which killed young Dolph, whose real name was Adolph Thornton Jr. Aurora said there are no witnesses which link Govan to the two shooting suspects, Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith, and instead prosecutors are relying on phone records. Okay, so this is how they track Hernandez Govan ass down. You see what I'm saying? This is how they got him. And if I had to bet any money, when Straight Drop got that phone in the county jail and he was calling, because they never told you, they told you he got busted with a phone, but they ain't telling you everything that's going on. They already know, like, the nigga gonna call, like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna call and tell, hey man, I need money, call so and so. Because when you in trouble, you know what I'm saying, you gotta call the people that's got the money. This is what he did. And this is why they're saying they're relying, they don't have any witnesses on Hernandez Govan, is what they're saying. They said all they're relying on is phone records. So this is what they did. They tracked that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Either they tracked it through the cell phone he had, or the people he was calling, hey, call, woo, woo, woo. This is how they did this shit. Because they're gonna always watch everybody that's close to you when this type of shit going on. You see what I'm saying? Grass. So Manny Aurora is already saying that all they have on the mastermind is phone records. This is how they, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, Jamarcus Johnson. Let's get back to this guy, right? Because this is a very interesting guy right here. It's a very interesting guy right here, right? Okay. Very interesting guy. Okay. Let's get on back over here, right?
To the parties as we prosecute the case, as we talk to more witnesses and talk to, in some cases, more co-defendants and cooperating witnesses. That's been the case in the prosecution of Jamarcus Johnson. As we told Your Honor in chambers, I think the court is aware, the state now understands the exact participation of Mr. Johnson in the conspiracy with regard to the murder and cover-up of the murder of Adolph Thornton Jr., known as Dolph in the community. Mr. Johnson had no, Jamarcus Johnson, had no involvement in the homicide before the murder. He had no involvement in the homicide during the murder. His involvement was after the fact. About a week after the murder of Adolph Thornton, his brother, Justin Johnson, who in fact was one of the shooters and one of the killers of Adolph Thornton Jr., came to him and gave him certain property. A car, not the car used in the murder, but nevertheless the car that Mr. Justin Johnson had possession of, and a cell phone.
Stop right there. Did you guys hear that? Let's run that back one more time, just in case y'all missed that.
But nevertheless, the car that Mr. Justin Johnson had possession of, and
so that car, right? That they're saying that straight drop gave to Jamarcus Johnson, right? Is this same car right here, family? It's the family. It's the same. Listen, same car, grass.
Any details about that? Without incident. So, the car was not stolen. It was not stolen. Yes.
Did it belong to them? Where did they get this car?
Well, I can't. That could be part of Memphis's ongoing investigation about the car, and so I don't want to get too much. Don't want to provide too many details about that.
So, what is the family? Now, what is the interesting thing about this? So, y'all telling me, right? Memphis police want us to believe, right, that when they put Justin Johnson over, right, he was in this car. That car was in Jamarcus Johnson's name. Because y'all got to remember, he just pled guilty to that car. He said it was the same car that Straight Drop was in possession of. So that means that going all the way back to January, when they first popped and got Straight Drop, right? They knew that this car was in Jamarcus Johnson's name. They know this. So what the hell did the police do for 10, 11 months? Because they didn't get him until like November. They didn't ever pick him up and ask him, hey, we caught your brother in this car, woo, woo, woo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all got to remember, he was the same one that was holding the phone up and doing all this shit that the prosecutor said that he was doing. He was holding the phone up, you know what I'm saying, to do this and that. So he still had this phone when they popped him in November, where they say he turned himself in. It's discrepancies with that. They say he turned himself in. Then it was like somebody else was with him when he got arrested. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is that he still had that phone. So the significance is that cell phone that he's talking about was already in operation before this murder happened. So what they're trying to say is, oh, this was Straight Drop phone, because remember, Straight Drop is not giving any statement. So it's whatever the prosecutors say. But that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? They know that there's conversation on that phone prior to that. This is why they're saying, oh, this was Straight Drop. No, the fuck it wasn't Straight Drop. It was Jamarcus Johnson, the person that had the phone. You know what I'm saying? Why would he take the phone? Think about this, family. Why would he go and pull this move and then still got the phone? They say he had the phone with him during the murder. Come on, man. That don't even make any sense. Who does that? So that phone that Jamarcus Johnson had, he's had it, and it's been the burner phone, the throwaway phone. This is how I know that either Straight Drop called that phone from that cell phone that he had when he was in the county, when they brought him that phone in, and this is how they tracked all that shit. Because what the hell took them 10 and 11 months? This is in January. They didn't get him to November that year. They know that the car was in his name back then. This is why the woman said, was the car stolen? No, it ain't stolen. Well, who name is shit on the registration? Oh, it's Jamarcus Johnson. Y'all ain't watching Jamarcus Johnson? Y'all ain't like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? How the hell he not a suspect? And he, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't gave him a car to do this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So that same car that Straight Drop done got caught with was in Jamarcus Johnson's name. You know what I'm saying? And that's the car that he's pleading guilty about having, and this is why they keep saying that, oh, this is straight drop, because y'all got to remember the prosecutors gonna frame whatever story they want. Because remember, he's not talking. You know what I'm saying? If he's not talking, they can say whatever story they want. So this is how they got Hernandez Govan. You know what I'm saying? They tracked all that shit back through that phone because everything was getting done through that phone. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't think to throw that damn phone away. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And just get a whole nother number, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just stupid. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's going on here. You know what I mean? So this guy's involved, right? The other thing is Hernandez Govan, right? We know how they got him. Same way. They tracked that shit through that phone. This is how they popped him. Okay. And then when they got him, they told Jamarcus Johnson, turn that phone over. You know what I'm saying? Now, people are saying that Hernandez Govan is not right? Because remember, let me pull that up real quick. Let me see.
Into the court to a sentence that can range between 6, even though Mr. John, for Your Honor, has 3 counts, his I-2 of his brother Justin Johnson wearing the outfit of one of the shooters of Dolph. Now that we understand those to be the facts of Johnson, that included Mr. Justin Johnson trying to get money to Cornelius Smith after the killing. Mr. Jamarcus Johnson has given truthful statements to the state with regard to all those acts. Those are 3 acts of an accessory after the fact that did aid in the cover-up and this conspiracy.
Was Corr in his mind was to have you have recommended?
Some of what you witnessed was conversation with regard to money that Justin would be getting to see. Is that correct?
He ate for money.
That's for money.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Yeah. He ate for money for somebody else, on somebody else.
Okay, and that somebody else was referred to as aunt. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this would be money that C asked for from Justin that Justin was going to get from aunt.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? You described all that to me.
Yes, sir.
So now, family, right here. Oh, damn. I didn't even have that on there. Let me get that back over here. Hold on. Damn, my bad. Let me bag that up just a little bit.
That Justin would be getting to see. Is that correct?
He ate for money. Yes, sir.
That's for money.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yeah. He ate for money for somebody else, on somebody else.
Okay, and that somebody else was referred to as aunt. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this would be money that C asked for from Justin that Justin was going to get from aunt.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? You described all that to me.
Yes, sir.
You've also looked at some photographs that included.
So, family, so right here, right, there's confusion, right, in these YouTube streets about who this Unc is. You know, is Zach Randolph, is, Woo, Keon, all these different people, right? What y'all got to understand, right, and you got to just, let me break this down for you. This Unc is speaking about Hernandez Govan. I believe that Hernandez Govan is related to them in some shape, fashion, or form. You know what I'm saying? Either biologically, marriage, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I believe he's related to them because his son, the one that I did the blog on, CEO Ball Out, he's still following Straight Drop. Unless he went since I did my live and stopped on following, but he was still following them. You know what I'm saying? So they're related, in my opinion, to some degree. You know what I'm saying? And this Unc is speaking about him. How do we know this? It's simple, right? When you look at this right here, listen.
Making that an effective sentence of minimum of 6 years as much as 12 years in prison. You also agreed that
listen.
The state of Tennessee has not made you any promises, no recommendations to your sentence other than they would detail to the court any cooperation and truthful testimony or statements that you have given that may have aided in the prosecution. As Mr. Hagerman just told you, if some of those other cases go to trial,
Justin Johnson or Cornelius Smith or Hernandez Govan, if those cases go to trial, the state of Tennessee might actually call you as a witness yourself.
So, family, right there. How can if they're telling us that Hernandez Govan is the mastermind, he planned all this shit, he did all this shit with Cornelius Smith, and he did all of this shit with Straight Drop and Cornelius Smith. He's the one that solicited them for the murder, right? How can this guy right here, Jamarcus Johnson, testify on Hernandez Govan if he never met Hernandez Govan and there's nothing, you know what I'm saying, connecting him to Hernandez Govan? Because remember, the prosecutor is saying that Jamarcus Johnson came on the scene after all this shit happened. He got a phone and he got a car. So how in the hell is he tied? How can he come testify on Hernandez Govan if he came into this shit a couple weeks afterward? How would he know that Hernandez Govan planned and did all this shit that they're saying that Hernandez Govan did if he came after the scene and he just got a phone in the car? It's because the unk is speaking about Hernandez Govan. And the simple way to understand this, family, is this. They have that cell phone. Grasp, they have that cell phone. They know where that traffic came from in regards to that money. So the thing y'all got to understand is that if Zach Randolph or any of them had a phone that was tied to that phone, any calls or anything that went that way, or any of that money and shit got sent that way, they ass would be locked up right now. That is speaking about Hernandez Govan, and they're hiding his name because he's working with the government or with the state. You know what I'm saying? This is what ones have to understand. They're trying to disguise his name, but the fact that he told him that he would have to testify on Hernandez Govan tells you that the money that he was asking for was coming from Hernandez Govan. This is why Manny Aurora said there is no witnesses to place Hernandez Govan on the scene. They're just going off phone records, meaning that he contacted him. This is what happened. You see what I'm saying? So that unk that they're talking about, now they may be called unk and things like that, but the unk they're talking about is Hernandez Govan. You know what I'm saying? And they're hiding his name because he's working with the government or the state. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that we got to ask ourselves is if this guy right here, man, and let me pull this up, right? If this guy right here, let me see, was it this one? All right, let's go with this. Let's run this one real quick.
How the decision on the bond was made. Priya?
Well, Govan posted his $90,000 bond today. He was indicted on first-degree murder, criminal attempt first-degree murder, and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder charges, and was previously held without bond. Prosecutors and his defense came to an agreement to grant bond today with conditions. Hernandez Govan is accused of recruiting co-defendants Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith to kill Memphis rapper Adolph Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph. Judge Lee Coffey granted Govan's $90,000 bond Thursday. He says at the recommendation of the defense and prosecution.
What's the reason for this? I don't know. I don't get involved in investigating cases. I don't get involved in particulars of the case.
Did you hear Coffee right there? Coffee sounded like he was pissed off. Like he like, man, he was like, I don't know what the reason this shit is for. Like, I don't get into the particulars and all this other stuff. I'm just here to woo woo. Like, he sound kind of disturbed because think about this, family. And see, I'm gonna tell you something. Judge Coffee know that it's bullshit that's going on. That's why he like, I don't understand why they, you know what I'm saying? Because how in the hell is you letting the mastermind out? If the prosecutor, if Steve Marroy, the district attorney, is telling us that he can prove that your boy Hernandez Govan solicited for the murder and did all of this stuff, then why would they let him out? That's telling us, the people and everybody that's got a brain, to think that they're saying that there's somebody else, there's more people that's involved in this murder. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're telling us. And so if it's more people that's involved in this murder, why haven't the feds picked this up? They picked Duck case up because they said, oh, Vaughn them put 100,000 bounty on Duck head. They have proof that there was money put on young Dolph head, and they can see details and all this other shit, and the feds still haven't picked this case up. And you know why? Because see, y'all got to remember, they're always going to protect their own. These people, like I just showed y'all, have been tampering with that evidence, and it's homicide that's doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that where this shit is coming from. These are the people that's got the access to this shit. They're the ones that's tampering with this evidence. You know what I'm saying? And they don't never want to go after their own guys. You know what I'm saying? They don't never do that. You see what I'm saying? They never do that unless they have to. You see what I'm saying? All these photos, family, you can clearly see right here. This photo right here is showing you that this is in the office. So the same people that they talking about, Caroline Mason and all these people, these are the people that's altering this shit. Not saying her specifically, but the homicide people altered this shit, man. And the feds, them, they not finna fuck with that because it's gonna be bigger than just these criminals. When it's just and this is the thing. Why do we follow the laws and do all this shit if these people are gonna be corrupt and they're not following the law? But they want us to follow the law and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It don't make no sense, man. So that's why they not ready to go to trial, family. If they saying that Hernandez Govian is the mastermind and they can prove it, why the hell is he out? And then listen to this, family. Jenny from the block granted him this motion, right? Now think about this, right? I want you guys to think about this. He asked them he filed a motion and was trying to ask them to change the terms of his bond for him to get a job. He act like he's not going to jail. Like, hey man, I want to get a job and do all this stuff like you do when you know what I'm saying? The thing that's so crazy about this whole ordeal is that this case has so much publicity because it's a high profile case. Like, even though they let Hernandez Govian out of jail to do whatever it is he agreed, because remember, certain conditions of the bond is sealed, so it's more shit that's attached to that bond than what they're telling us that he has to do while he's out. Now they said, now family, look at this shit right here. They said one of the reasons, remember, they cited medical, right? Let me get back over here to this guy right here. Hold on. Your boy Marroy, the liar, right? Listen to this guy, man.
Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy, whose office is prosecuting the young Dolph murder case, says Dolph's family gave their approval for the move.
We've come into some information about Mr. Govan's role and medical conditions that make us think that this is the best resolution.
According to
So look, so family, now what you know what those medical issues is? Family, listen. Oh shit. I don't know that that's sharing. I don't know why they keep doing that. Look, check this out. So you know what those medical reasons was? Family. This is the medical issues, right? Listen to this. In December of 2022, Govan mentioned that he had not received proper medical attention for blood pressure issues, chest pains, and tingling in the arm due to inadequate staffing at the jail. Judge Lee Coffey promised to address the issue by speaking to the chief jailer, alleviating claims he might not be treated well in prison. You see what I'm saying? These are the medical issues. They act like he has some hell of a shit going on where they had to let him out of jail because of medical issues, right? That ain't shit. Chest pains, like family, there's people in jail that's got way more shit that's going on. So I mean, the people is full of shit. And then also, look, check this out, family. Check this out, right? The article also brought out, right? Prosecutor Paul Hagerman said in regards to Manny Aurora being hired by Hernandez Govan, prosecutor Paul Hagerman said the legal team will have to get up to speed to effectively represent their client and not impede the case. But now they're telling us today that, oh, they need more time to go over the evidence and all this other shit. No, they don't. Y'all just have not, family. They just have not been able to do what they needed to do in regards to Hernandez Govan, because y'all got to remember, there's other terms that's attached to that bond that he has to do, that they seal, meaning that it's confidential. So they said that they had information that they came into. Where did this information come from? It came from Hernandez Govan, because y'all got to remember he had that lawyer, what was his name? Massey. It's real funny how they were having some type of shit was going on, right? Where they, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he fired that guy. Right after he hired Manny Aurora, he get a bond. You see what I'm saying? He gets a bond. So the question we got to ask ourselves is, how in the hell can the prosecutors try this case when the alleged mastermind, the person they saying is the one that solicited and did all this shit, is at large? He's trying to get a job and work like he's going back into society. That's the key. That's the key component right there, because that's the motive. Like, well, why did they want to kill your dog? Well, we're not releasing a motive, this and that. But how can you try the case if the mastermind is free at large? He's free, and he's been free for over a year, and we have not heard of any new arrests in the young Dolph case. So how are they ready to go to trial? It's theater. They're not ready. This is why they're saying we don't know when we're going to be ready. 9 times out of 10, family, listen. Whatever Hernandez Govan agreed to give them, he's not going to be able to give it to him, because listen, the people that he was dealing with that gave him that money, because this is basically what they're saying. We got a little bit more clear understanding about his role, meaning that what he's helped himself. He's talking to them people. So he told them obviously that the money came from somewhere else. So the question we got to ask ourselves, we have not saw anybody else get arrested on the young Dolph case. What the hell going on? And why the hell is he still free? And why is it taking him a year to deliver to these people the shit that he promised to get them? It don't take that long. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that you guys got to understand is I don't know, man. It ain't looking good on this young Dolph case in regards to the judicial system. And my thing is this right here. If they're not going to do their job, then y'all just give us the information. We could have this shit solved this week. You know what I'm saying? They sitting up here playing, milking this shit, and all these people is involved, man, and they know this shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. The DA, all of them. This is why Coffee said, like, I don't even know what the reason of this is for this bond. He know this ain't how it go. I'm just saying, man, this shit is crazy, man. And this is why they ain't going to trial, because you got to listen. The main thing that ones need to keep their eyes on, fuck straight drop, fuck Cornelius Smith and all the court dates. You got to keep your eyes on Hernandez Govan, because he is the mastermind, as they say. And if they let him out of jail, he has to get somebody. He's got to get the people that really put the money up. That's part of the deal. We got to understand and grasp. That's part of the deal. So this shit is not going to trial until they got the mastermind either back in jail or they got the person that gave him the money to put this shit up. And I believe it's going to be hard for him to get the people that gave him the money. You know what I'm saying? Because, family, listen, y'all got to understand this shit, right? We saying Big Juck, Gotti, you know what I'm saying? This is what everybody's saying, right? Put the money up, right? You think the state is gonna be able to, like, come on, man? Where the feds at? This state ain't finna be able to, man, come on, man. You think the state is finna pull Gotti and them down there and put them on trial? Come on, man. That's not finna happen down there. So we gotta watch Hernandez Govan. This is who we gotta watch, because everything is contingent on what he brings in. If he don't bring anybody in, he gonna bite the bullet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He has to bring. He is the key component right now. Whoever he get is when this shit gonna start, because you have to have all the people. You can't go to trial and send send Cornelius Smith and straight drop the trial, and then you got the mastermind out on bond. He getting jobs and doing all this shit like he ain't even going to jail. And who really gonna fuck with him, knowing that he the police and he hot? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. This shit is looking sketchy as hell, man. Let me get in these comment sections, man. See what y'all thinking about this, man. Yeah, man. D Nice, man. They up here playing, man, playing with the live and shit, man. Every time I go live, man, they want to try to alter the live and freeze me up, and you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. They don't want people to know the truth, man. They don't want people to know the truth, man. All right. Reflections with Kimberly said that she signed that petition, man. Hey, make sure y'all hitting that like button too, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's in the building, right? Yep, they is. They snakes, man. I'm gonna tell y'all though, family, this is what needs to happen though. Ones need to go down to that federal building and put this stuff in front of those federal agents, because, like, listen, you got to hold them accountable. You can't just say, oh, well, the Fed's gonna pick that up. No, you have to go down there and be like, listen, these people have altered this stuff, they tampering with evidence, and not only was that, they know it's a hired hit. That's racketeering and all type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, we just seen this shit with LBG Duck. Where the Feds at? You know what I'm saying? Jack Jacquid, I hope I'm saying that right. Wade says, why did they Photoshop? That's the whole thing. The reason why they doing this shit is because they're involved. If they're trying to protect the people that's actually doing the shooting, that means that the police department was always also in on this shit. This shit like it was listen, family, this shit like it was a whole PRE takedown, man, is what this shit was. And all these people was involved. From the people that put the money up to the police department, all that shit, man. This shit is crazy. Okay, so Clyde from the Five says, fam, I'm gonna have to push back. Straight drop on moms identified him in that picture with the clothes on. That boy out of here. No, I'm not saying that. Remember what the woman said. It was 2 cars full of niggas that jumped out of there. Straight drop is definitely on that scene. But what I'm saying is that person that's right there shooting, that's at that window where they have painted to make it seem like it's a Drake, is not straight drop. So my thing is they took his face off the scene, wherever the hell he was at, cut his face off and put it on the top of that person that's right there. Because ain't no need to take his face and paste it on there if that's actually him right there shooting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they involved. You know what I'm saying? And this and you know, and this is why, if you think about it, right? When you listen to Mia J, even she's saying like she want everybody involved justice for that shit, and not just some fall guys. Remember, she said that's not gonna be acceptable. We need everybody that's involved. This is why. People done saw that damn tape, man. They know what's on that tape. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that they feed to the public ain't what it is, man. They know what it is, man. They know. All right, Tim said, look at the back of the hoodie. Who had a hat on like that? Well, yeah. So look, so listen. Clyde from the Five says Glock or 9-1 smashed her. So no, you got to look at the 2 different angles. The ones that's going into the wall is the ones that's coming from outside. The shit that's coming from inside was his brother shooting. And you could tell from those photos that he shot like, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 times through that door. Because if you remember, when you look at the door where you come in at, you can see all those bullets on there. Let me see. Do I got a photo of that? Let me see. Let me see. Do I have let's do this. Let's do this real quick. I'm gonna show y'all something, right? When you look at these photos right here, what the hell I just do with that? Oh, okay. So family, y'all see these right here? Do y'all see these bullets right here coming through through that door right there? This is the brother shooting back right here. These are Draco shells that's coming through here. You see what I'm saying? So those are the bullets that's the return fire. So when they say, remember the initial reports was like, man, they said Dolph them shot back. This what it was. It's just when they showed you the picture of the brother down there with the gun, he probably had already emptied the clip. You know what I'm saying? Clive from the Fire said a certain vlogger will swear up and down that the MPD ain't involved. We ain't saying all of them, but I personally believe family, look at the pictures. The pictures is, listen, family, listen. It don't take rocket science to figure this shit out. If the photos are edited, and we know that they're edited, the shit is coming from homicide. They're the ones who got the tape and put this shit out. So who else possibly could have got this shit and edited if it ain't homicide? Was it the chief? Did CJ Davis, did she do it? You know what I'm saying? So what y'all gotta understand is look at this process. They edited the photos, and then not only they edited the photos, they uploaded the shit to Facebook and put the shit out. How you don't know? So whoever uploaded those photos, that shit came from homicide, and they said upload these photos. So whoever the homicide detectives is that's dealing with this case, these are the ones. Okay, this who got this shit. You know what I'm saying? So they ass is involved in this shit because how can this shit get edited? It's different, family, if it's coming from somebody else's page. This shit is coming straight from the police, meaning that they ought to edit that shit. They involved, man. Hell yeah. I believe the video was altered just like Mo 3 video was altered. See what I'm saying? Right here, exactly. It's two Mo shooters. That's what's going on because, family, listen, if they have to place straight drop face over that face, that means that's not him standing right there. So who the hell's actually standing right there? You know what I'm saying? And that's why that woman said it was 2 cars full of niggas pull up busing. Come on, man. That wasn't just no small operation. You know what I'm saying? They had to make sure. Because think about this, family. If y'all already think about this, family, they already did all these attempts on Dolph trying to take him out. If they would have missed Dolph that day in that damn cookie shop, man, it'd have been fucking crazy. It'd have probably been the same shit still going on right now. That shit would have been ugly. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that shit. If Dolph would have lived through that shit, oh man, it would have been over with, man. It would have been over with, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's already over with, but it really would have been over with then. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like that woman said, it was 2 cars full of niggas that hopped out. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Right here. Cloud from the 5 on it. There were more shooters out there just in case the 2 dummies didn't complete the job, but there weren't 3 or 4 shooters out there. Cornelius would have said something. Come on, man. That's exactly what it was, man. Like if they ain't like yeah, man. Mm-mm. T Grant says, why you think Moneybag and Big 30 acting like they beefing? That's just a play. If they really beefing, why the beef over so quick? Then listen, the other thing y'all gotta understand, right? Moneybag ain't been in a whole lot of beefs with a lot of people. Why he ain't never spoke on? Why he ain't never dropped no other diss tracks on none of the other shit? You know what I'm saying? This shit be staged, family, in order for them to, man. It's just these ain't number money plays, man. Act like you beefing, doing like this and that. Like that shit don't be real, man. If that shit don't be real like that, man. When shit start dropping, that's when you know that shit real. If that shit ain't dropping, come on, man. They out here playing games, man. Oh man. Yeah, man. That hoodie, man. Like, listen, man. They come on, man. I didn't even like family. Like, it's crazy because, like, the first time that I was doing this, right? And I was just pointing out this stuff. Like, look, they done rearranged the shadows and all type of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even, I was looking at it. I'm like, I was looking at it today, and I'm looking like, wait a minute. I'm like, something ain't right with this shit, man. Then I got to looking. Man, when you zoom that shit all the way in, family, you can clearly see, man, that these people done added this shit, you know what I'm saying, on this damn guy right here. You can see the camo. You can see the camo paint right here going all the way up to the window. And how the hell is his face see-through like that, man? See what I'm saying? And I think what they did, family, was what they did was, you know what I'm saying? Because see, look, you can also tell, family, how they chopped him up out of here too, right? Look at the legs and all of this shit right here, right? You could tell right between where the legs were at, you would be seeing like the concrete. You could see how this shit is added. But what they did, in my opinion, is they steady trying to hide the people, even on this shot right here, to try to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, right here, you see the camo. You see the camo right there, man. It ain't no way that camo is going all the way up through that man's face and his face is see through like that. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. Yep, exactly. The 2 guys running away, shadows don't match the bodies. Very suspicious, right? Because they didn't alter and added that shit. You know what I'm saying? And why would you do that? Why would the police go through all that to do that, to hide that, just to, you know what I'm saying? To hide it just the fall guys. That's all it is, man. Nah, Nita says we need the whole video clip. Tell the Cookie Monster to turn it over. Well, I think they already gave it to the police already. Man, y'all off the chain, man. Yep, like you said, it's all theater, man. These people all involved, man. This shit is all theater, man. The Memphis police, man, this shit is unbelievable, man. And I don't understand how the feds still ain't came and pick this shit up. This is evidence tampering. Tampering. You're tampering with evidence. Come on, man. Now Cornelia says wasn't DeMarcus was the driver? Could be shit. Ain't no telling, man. Okay, T Grant says, and why you think Black Youngster was at Moneybag neck last week? He told Moneybag, don't you get tired of being a yes man? Mm-mm. Man. So yeah, so no, so that white Benz that they picked up, that's the one they said had his fingerprint on it. Well, no, see, Clyde from the fire. Let me help you out real quick. You say it's gotta be somebody who isn't in custody yet. If it was Govan, they would either say his name or just not bring him up. But you got to remember he's cooperating with the government. So they have to hide his name. Whoever, see, remember, Jamarcus Johnson said that he saw the money. He saw this is where the money came from. So that's whoever that phone. So if that phone was coming from that person, then you got it. They you know what I'm saying? Then they already know who it is. You know what I'm saying? They would have their ass in custody. They ain't in custody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. See, listen, they keep saying that Zach was Unc. Listen, he might be a Unc, but he's not the Unc they talking about. Because whoever the Unc is, they already had a paper trail on them through the phone. This is why they saying that the only family, the only way that they tracking Hernandez Govan is through the phone. Remember, I just showed you. They don't have any witnesses placing him on the scene and none of that shit. They're saying that they're only relying off phone records, meaning that they traced it through the phone. Meaning that he reached out and he contacted them and they made that money. This is because if not, how would they be charged with conspiracy and they don't have the mastermind, the person that actually put the money up? They saying that Hernandez Govan put the money up. Hernandez Govan probably told them he got the money from elsewhere. You see what I'm saying? Mm, right here, King Neal. Calling Govan was the throw off. Exactly. Exactly. That's all it was. A throw off, man. Will the state plan the murder, man? Shit looking ugly, man. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Coffee knew it was a play, man. That's why they got him out the way. And then listen, family, check this out. Do I still got that shit pulled up? I thought I had. Let me see. I don't know. I had it. Damn, where the hell I got that at? I thought I had it pulled up. I guess I don't. But yeah, they had they had made the appellate courts made Coffee remove itself, you know what I'm saying, from that case. So, the thing you got to ask yourself, like, why would they go all the way through all of that to, have that man removed off that case if you know what I'm saying? Like it don't make any sense, man. You know what I mean? And it's just, you know what I'm saying, these people are in on this shit, man. King Neil says, I wonder what they promised Mia because she got played like a PS5. Well, but no, once again, this what y'all gotta understand. I played that clip where she didn't approve of that shit, of that bond. They was basically telling her this is what we're doing. And they basically had to just go along with the shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't agreed to no shit like that. Man, that dude bonded out for $9,000. $90,000, $9,000. Why such a low bond? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is, come on, man. This your boy Milroy doing that shit, man. Yeah, man. It ain't looking good, man. It might not be no trial, man, on this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's just you got you know what I'm saying? Hernandez Govan is the key. Gotta keep your eyes on Hernandez Govan. Cause whatever he brings in, that's the people that they gon', you know what I'm saying? And he ain't brought nobody in yet. We ain't heard nobody being arrested. Hell yeah. Real justice for dog. But they gonna get that justice though. They gonna get that justice, man, one way or the other, man. One way or the other. It's coming, man. Cause you gotta know and understand. People don't saw that tape, man. Key Neal says, I don't get why they signing a petition when they don't have a third shooter. What's the rush? Man. Anita said, I wish Dolph's brother would say something. Shit, he can't, man. It's a, you know what I mean? It's an open case, man. You know, he can't, you know what I'm saying? Now, hold on. King Deshaun says MPD posted a video of shooters running up the first time, but they deleted the video quick. This was when it first happened. Who got that video? Send that to me, man. I don't remember seeing that. Hell yeah. Like G Money says. It's sad though. It took so many players to take down one man. Come on, man. That's how you know, man. Dolph was that dude, man. Does anyone, Nola Girl says, does anyone else remember the first week after Dolph murder was allegedly some photos were altered by someone at a news station? This has never been said since, but this is something I swear I remember. Mm-mm. Man, this shit crazy, man. Hey, shout out to Destiny, man, for the $50 chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Shout out. But yeah, man, it's just, man, it's hey man, it's a lot of people. Oh, right here. Nola Girl says Mia not being played, certain bloggers spewing that rhetoric. Yeah, man, y'all gotta watch who y'all Like, listen, man. Like, I don't blog on this shit every day, man, because it's like, man, it's only so much shit, man. Like when you got people blogging on this shit and just coming up, some of that shit be made up. It don't be like, you know what I'm saying? It don't be the real shit, man. You know what I mean? This, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just understand the optics, man. It's just, I just gave it to you, man. If you understand what I just said, I gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? So now what we gotta do, and I'm telling y'all, we have to watch Hernandez Govan. He's the mastermind. Remember, this case cannot go to trial. And family, think about this. How can this shit go to trial when Hernandez Govan is at large? He's free. You know what I'm saying? Getting jobs and doing all this other shit while these niggas is sitting in jail. How can they go to trial and this nigga is free? How is that possible? It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because what's that's gonna look like? They going to trial. The mastermind sitting at the house free, you know what I'm saying? And they need the mastermind because the mastermind is the one that solicit and paid them. If you ain't got no mastermind, how can you convict them? And Hernandez Govan is just free. He ain't locked up. We ain't heard of no arrest, none of this. And this is why they're buying this time and pushing all this shit back. Oh, well, the defense needs times to look over. You had 2 years. The defense need all this time to look over all this evidence, man. Come on, man. It don't make no sense, man. It don't, man. So at the end of the day, fam, y'all leave y'all thoughts on this. Share this. Get this to them people, man, because we need some answers from CJ now, man. Like they need to start talking. This is one of the main things that ones need to be talking about. Why are those photos altered? Come on, man. A blind man can see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all trying to feed that shit to us like we just like, come on, man. We not buying that. That shit is altered. So if the shit is altered and you took straight drop face and he's on that scene, we ain't saying he not on that scene. He's on that scene. But if y'all took his face off his body and placed it over somebody else's body that's standing there at that window with a handgun and y'all paint a Drake image picture over that, what the hell is y'all hiding? That right there is cover up. You know what I'm saying? Like family, think about this shit. I mean, I can grasp, like, okay, I can't grasp, but okay, you took his face off his body and placed it over the face of the person that's actually standing right there. But not only did they put the face over there, they painted a Draco looking at his gun over that handgun. Cover up. MPD, y'all did that. Straight Drop didn't do that. Cornelius Smith didn't do that. Hernandez Govan didn't do that. Y'all did that. So that means they ass is also involved. The same people that's doing the investigate is the same people tampering with the evidence. And this is why all the people say, oh, Caroline Mason, she gonna take the case. No, the hell she not. No, the hell she not. The fix is in. And I told y'all that. So, man, y'all leave y'all thoughts below, man. Thank y'all for rocking out with me tonight, man. Share this thing, share this thing, share this thing. Shalom.